What's going on, everybody? The international break is over and football is back again. Back again. Welcome to the channel. My name is Siraj. This is Red in the Head. And if you're new, do us a favor. Hit the like if you like what I've said. And if you're in a generous mood, be sure to subscribe. But most importantly, if you can hit a like, it really helps the channel. I don't know how. Google says, it helps the algorithm and that kind of stuff. And for sure, I would certainly be super, super grateful. So let me quickly just preface this whole match review and say that there are a few things in life that give me extra little bit of pleasure. Finding a mate at a festival that you lost a few days ago. 2, jumping into a swimming pool on a super hot day, And 3, taking all 3 points from Everton. I mean, look, we watched that game, right? And for large portions of that match, it wasn't a great game. Let's be honest, yeah?
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Let's be real. Let's be real with each other here. That was not a great game. That was actually for the majority, that was pretty fucking shit. Mostly because it really looked like a team that was just kind of like getting together after a long flight. It really looked like it. There was no cohesion. It was disjointed. We were losing our 50-50 challenges. The second ball, we were losing out to Everton. And you know what? We all knew what Everton was going to do. It's Dijkbal, It's Dijkbal, and Dijkbal is just, fuck. It's route 1. You know how Sean Dyche is just going to set his team up. It's going to be set pieces are going to be important and long balls, right? And obviously playing a low block and waiting to try and hit you on the counter. And to be honest with you, when I saw the starting lineup and I saw Calvin Lewis was playing, and I thought, well, look, he's a decent player. He's kind of like fallen off the last couple of years, but I still rate him. I still think he's a pretty decent player. And he could hurt us, he could hurt us. But the only thing that as the game wore on that I thought could hurt us were ourselves and how absolutely, wasteful we were. Really, maybe not wasteful, just kind of nothing. Absolutely nothing. If I could sum up the first half of this game, it would be meh. That's all it was, guys. That's all it was. There was nothing else. There was nothing to write home about. I was sitting here as I was doing the preparation for this match review. I was looking at the thumbnail, what I was going to write down, and before it became what I wrote down, I was kind of like just happy to get the 3 points, to be honest with you, and you just be glad that you did the job. This is Liverpool, and we were playing at home, so my expectations was that we were going to play better football, and you know what, all credit at the end. We have a super deep squad, and being able to bring on Harvey Elliott and Nunes at the end, which really gave us a little bit of a focus and a more impetus, that the two of them, whenever they play, they really bring the energy. I couldn't say the same for most of the team. Look, Salah got a brace, and you know what, Mo, good job. But still, it's one of those kind of things where you don't want to depend on just sheer luck, and fair enough. And there was no lucky about Liverpool's goals or anything like that. I think in actual fact we had a shot for a lot more. And to be fair, just before the penalty, there was a moment where Diaz was on the left, and he pulled the ball back, and the defender makes a tackle. He kind of commits and kind of doesn't. And maybe just that hesitation maybe gives the referee, lets the referee give him the benefit of the doubt. But that was 100% a fucking penalty. 100%. By the rules of the game, 100%. But you know what? We're living in the fucking matrix where, the referees have their own framework, and we're looking at the game one way and they're looking at the game the other way. And each year, the rules change subtly, and there's little bits of nuances and stuff like that gets added for it, But I'm sure, there was also a moment maybe for Everton, where, let's be fair, Konate could have been sent off. He was really could have been sent off, but as it turns out, Birdshit Mouth, aka Ashley Young, he got sent off. So fuck him. He's a mank. I don't care. But yeah, that would be probably, I think, the only thing maybe Everton could have felt maybe a little bit aggrieved upon. But you know what? They didn't do anything for me to deserve anything out of the game. In fact, if they got something out of the game, it would have been an absolute travesty, because you know what? They didn't come to do anything. But fair play, you're down 10 men for a large part of the game. And to really keep it respectable, you gotta give credit where there's due, and why am I talking about Everton so much? Because there was nothing really for me to look at from our players. It was shots out of the box, speculative shots. Let's put it that way, from Slobosly, and there wasn't really anything of note happening. Salah were constantly cutting into the box, coming on his left, trying to do what Salah does. But there wasn't any kind of penetration, and I kind of felt that there was a certain lack of intensity for me, for a derby game. I was like, what am I watching here? What's kind of like going on? But you know what? In hindsight, perhaps it's better that we didn't have a crazy, mad game. This is a really important period from now until Christmas. The international break is over. I thought that our first 9 games now, pretty decent, very good actually. Compared to last season, where I think we after 9 games we'd only won 3, we drawed 4 games and we lost 2. And already this season we've got 6 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. So already massive improvements. Also, we've played some really good teams already this part of the season. But of course, this is the business end. Well, at least not the business end. Let's put it in as you're leading up to Christmas. Where a lot of the jostling is gonna happen. And I think, the way we kind of like play, as long as we are within touching distances of anybody who's ahead of us, we don't mind chasing. Absolutely not. We currently, as I'm making this recording, we're currently topping the table, but that's not gonna last for long. Most importantly is that come December or come Christmas, end of the year, that we're within 3 to 6 points of whoever's in the league. But yeah. Anyways, let's get back to this game. There's no point in thinking about the future. So just quickly, what happened? I was quite surprised not to see Andy Robertson in the starting lineup. And then obviously I learned that he has had a shoulder injury that I picked up on international duty. Fuck! Fucking international football. God, what a fucking waste. He gave way to Tsimikas, who I thought did okay. Robertson and Tsimikas, they both are very much interchangeable. I think maybe Robertson obviously has a little bit of an edge about him, just because he's played maybe 5 times more games than Tsimikas. But that being said, as I mentioned before, the substitutes really changed it up for us a little bit, gave us a little bit more impetus and a bit of energy up front, and obviously someone like Harvey Elliott is always gonna do that. And I think between Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones, it's nice that we're able to switch these 2 players out, But I'm certainly looking forward having Jones back in the team, just for his energy and levels. But not that anybody did a terrible job, but that first half, no one was really covering themselves in glory. Be that as it may, Mo Salah Mo Salah running down the penalty area and smashing it, sending that shite Pickford to the wrong way, making it 1-0. And then a beautiful counter-attack, started off by McAllister onto Nunes, 2v1, basically, and he slots it through for Salah, who smashes it in the bottom corner again, beating that Pickford. So that made it 2-0 after like fucking 9 minutes of extra time. But all in all, it doesn't matter. It turned out okay. This was an okay performance. This is not one of our best performances, not by any stretch of imagination. But then again, it was a derby. And, to come out of a game against Everton without one of your players, knees being chopped off or their heads being, or them being decapitated, it's a blessing. So yeah, coming out of an Everton game with no injuries or no suspensions, I'll buy that for $1. So yeah, I think what we're gonna have coming up next. Let me quickly have a look, see what we've got in terms of who we got coming up next. I think it's Europa League this week. I'm not really sure, but that being said, let's quickly have a look at the next fixtures. I said to myself I was going to be a lot more prepared when I talk about our next week's fixtures. Clearly, I'm not, because I don't even know who we're playing next. Let's see. Gonna have to check it out. Some good games happening. Oh, god damn. Okay, well, nothing on Forest again at Anfield. So two home games, great. That should be okay for us. Anyways, Reds, as always, let me know what you thought about the game. We did okay. And I'm okay with the 3 points. Like I said, a lot of things could have been a lot worse. But as things stands, we go again. Anyways, take care, everybody. Do us a favor. Look, I mean, if you like what I do and you want to support the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe if you can. For me, this has always really been a fantastic journey so far in doing this. I love Liverpool with all my heart, and this is really one way for me to really connect with the club and to also just connect with other fans that are out there. We've already got like 150. Compared to last, start of the season, it really is a humbling experience, and know from my side that however much this channel grows, I'm absolutely grateful for everything, for anybody that joins, for everybody that watches, for everybody that likes it or shares it, whatever. That really gives me energy to keep going. But anyway, let's not pull out the violins and talk about that. I just wanted to say thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day. If there's any South Africans out there, as me, we're playing the English tonight in the Rugby World Cup semi-final. So if there's any South Africans who are out there watching this, let's go beat the Palms, because then it will be 2-2 today. Anyways, after all that, take care, and I'll see you later.